Can you imagine that, Doctor? Kildare and the Thorn Birds star Richard Chamberlain had a life filled with both achievements and unseen struggles. You won't want to miss his story, from winning over millions of fans on television to overcoming personal struggles off screen. We're delving into the amazing life and tragic demise of real-life Hollywood icon Richard Chamberlain today. Wait until the very end for a shocking turn of events that will leave you stunned. George Richard Chamberlain was born in Beverly Hills, California, on March 31, 1934, and was raised in an environment far different from the glamour of Hollywood. Richard had a difficult upbringing because of his father's alcoholism, which had a negative impact and made him timid and afraid. He once said that his father's lethal sneer felt like a gash from a machete. Despite this, Richard turned to movies as a kind of escape, hoping to experience different lives. He was a standout athlete at Beverly Hills High, but he discovered acting at Pomona College. Everything changed for Richard when he was cast in a play by George Bernard Shaw. The crowd went crazy, and he realized he had found his calling. Prior to his big break in 1961, he pursued his goal after serving in the Korean War and landed tiny TV appearances in shows like Gunsmoke. Dr. Kildare, the medical drama that made Richard famous at the age of 27, was that break. He received 12,000 fan emails per week as the charming, good-hearted Dr. James Kildare, winning hearts all over the world. He won a Golden Globe in 1963 for the 1961 to 1966 run of the show. His song theme from On Dr. Kildare peaked at number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100, launching his unexpected music career. Richard, however, felt that being a heartthrob was insufficient. Being a serious actor was his dream. Kildare startled admirers by leaving his pretty boy persona to study theater in England. After his career ended, he took on challenging parts there, including playing Hamlet in 1969, becoming the first American since John Barrymore to do so at the Birmingham Repertory Theatre. Richard demonstrated that he was more than just a TV celebrity, and critics praised him. In the 1980s, Richard's career took off in the United States, where he was dubbed the king of the miniseries. His portrayal as John Blackthorne in the 1980 film Shogun was a huge blockbuster, attracting millions of viewers and igniting interest in Japanese culture. He then portrayed Father Ralph, a priest caught between faith and love, in The Thorn Birds in 1983. With more than 110 million people, the show was a cultural phenomenon, and Richard received another Golden Globe for his performance. He received Emmy nominations for his strong performances in Wallenberg, A Hero's Story, The Bourne Identity 1988 as the first Jason Bourne, and Centennial. He portrayed Aramis in King Solomon's Mines and The Three Musketeers. On the big screen, Richard was more than simply a TV personality. He demonstrated his extraordinary range by making a comeback to Broadway in My Fair Lady and The Sound of Music. However, Richard had a dark secret hidden underneath his stardom. Richard kept his sexual orientation a secret for decades out of fear that it would harm his job. He escorted women to premieres and avoided concerns about his romantic life. During the less tolerant days in Hollywood, he wrote about the agony of concealing his identity. In his 2003 memoir Shattered Love, after coming out at the age of 69, he wrote about the cage he constructed for himself, saying, "I thought there was something very wrong with me." Until then, little was known about his 30-year connection with actor-producer Martin Rabbit. Although they stayed close, they split up in 2010 after living together in Hawaii. Richard became an advocate for LGBTQ+ causes after coming out, inspiring many with his bravery. Even if he wishes he had done it sooner, he told the New York Times in 2014 that being honest made him happy. Tragically, Richard passed away on March 29, 2025, a few days before turning 91. Despite medical efforts, he died after suffering a stroke at his Waimanalo, Hawaii residence. Martin Rabbit, his companion, described him as an amazing and loving soul, adding that love never dies. With accolades coming in from fans and celebrities like Rachel Ward, who referred to Richard as a consummate artist, his passing signaled the end of an era. Because of his legendary roles and his courage in leading a real life, his legacy endures. Richard Chamberlain's work, which ranged from Dr. Kildare to the Thorn Birds, impacted generations and demonstrated that heart and talent can triumph over adversity. What is the promised twist? Even in his late 80s, Richard continued to create, as seen by his final role as an acting coach in the 2019 film Finding Julia. His love of art never diminished, and his influence will never diminish either. Which Richard Chamberlain moment is your favorite? For more tales about Hollywood's biggest stars, leave a comment, like this video, and subscribe. Stay updated by clicking that bell, and I'll see you later.